Hi everyone. So today we'll be talking about a very familiar topic, okay, but yet what we practice every day. Most people practice this as a normal routine for their daily life. Most people do it as a hobby. Most people do it because of a disease condition. But whatever it is, everything that is done in excess has its disadvantages. Consistency for negative habits begots negative consequences. Okay, so today we'll be talking about ice consumption, ice block consumption. Okay, the consequences of excessive ice block consumption. Ice, as we know, is water in solid form. When you put water in the fridge, it freezes at a particular temperature, it becomes blocks. Anything you put in the fridge becomes freezed. The freezer is used for preservation. Also, it is used for cooling. So water, sometimes when you use blocks to chill drinks, you can use your block for abscess. When you have an injection abscess, you can use block to take the inflammation down. You can use block as a vasoconstrictor, like you have a nosebleed. Okay, you have a nosebleed as those people who have epistasis, who are hypertensive, or they just have the epistasis once in a while, they have bleeding at the nose. You can place this ice block at the back of the head to constrict the blood vessels, so it helps in constriction of blood vessels. It also helps in hydration for those who take it. It's fluid. I told you fluid is for hydration. You drink at least 4 liters of fluid in a day to a normal individual. For sicklers, you drink more. Okay, so it's a form of hydration. Normal water is a form of hydration, but depends on the type of water you are drinking. When you drink warm water, it helps you, it hydrates you. Okay, it helps in digestion, it helps in many purposes. Okay, helps in blood, carrying blood. It helps in vasodilation, that is, it open blood vessels and pump more blood to other organs like the brain, like other organs of the body. So that's why when the weather is hot and you drink warm tea or warm water, it opens this blood vessel, so it makes you begin to sweat. So it pumps blood all over. Okay, so the importance of water, whether warm or cold, it's important you take water. You take a lot of water because it prevents other diseases. But in as much as water is important, taking block to water consistently can lead to health issues. First of all, health issues like tooth decay. You have a sensitive tooth, you have a cracked tooth, yeah, the tooth is broken. Okay, you have cavities, right? Because when the tooth is chipped and it has that hole, you have a hole there. Then even the feeling when you feel it and you chew, you still use it to chew blocks, to chew ice block. Okay, to chew ice block, it can also go a long way in expanding that hole. All right, so your feeling might not really work. Okay, so so it has a very negative effects on your teeth. All right, it's you have headaches. Okay, you have jaw pain because you're trying to break something like it's like a rock. You know how rocks, when you want to break rocks, even when you use hammer, for those who break rocks, you know that they are very strong, right? So they take a lot of strength. That is how you use a lot of strength to break this ice block. Okay, so in as much as we are using it for hydration, most people use it for stress relief. They use it as a snack. Okay, they just enjoy chewing it as a snack instead of using other snacks or fruits. They use it as a snack. They just do it. Most people, they can sneak into the kitchen even at 3 a.m. They will sneak and just take block and start chewing it. It's like a normal habit to them. All right, so but as it is, it has issues. As I said, the tooth, it contributes to tooth decay. It contributes to tooth breakage. Your teeth can break. It can cause you sensitive teeth. All right, you can have cavities, which can require you to visit the dentist. Okay, another reason is that most people do it as a hobby. Okay, most people now, because of sickness, because of sickness like pagophagia, those with iron deficiency anemia, okay, they have that pleasure of taking, they just enjoy taking that ice cream because of the iron deficiency. Okay, because they feel weak, they experience inflammation, they experience fatigue. So to relieve these symptoms, they go to take ice block. Okay, this ice block, it doesn't have any nutritional benefit. It only hydrates when the weather is extremely hot. When you live in an area where the weather is extremely hot, or you go for an external activity, Okay, you go for an exercise that is strenuous, you can take it to relieve the stress, to relieve yourself, to cool down your stress, okay, to feel hydrated. But you don't take it like a normal thing. It's a normal thing, a daily thing, because with time, over time, your tooth will experience this decay. Your tooth will you experience cavities. Okay, even if you do fillings, if you fill your teeth, it will not fill, because you are using your tooth to break a rock. So those are the negative effects of taking ice block this thing. So in iron deficiency, for those who have iron deficiency, is referred to as pagophagia, which is a craving for ice block. They have that natural craving for ice block. Even in pregnant women, they have a natural craving for ice block. Okay, so most people, this can also lead them to malnutrition, because as they eat this, they take it for food. So they don't eat anything that is nutritious. They just eat and they are filled. They feel filled because they feel they are eating food. This doesn't have, I told you, it doesn't have any nutritional value except hydration. And it's taken for those who live in areas that are extremely hot. Okay, so they take it to hydrate yourself, okay, to cool off yourself. But it's not supposed to be a daily thing, because as you use this, you can use it to chill your drinks. Okay, when the weather is hot, you can use this to chill your drink and put it in drink. You can use this for even vaccine preservation. When you are taking vaccine, you can use the vaccine preservation to keep the vaccines so that it doesn't spoil, so that you give it and it works, okay, to maintain the potency of the vaccine. So it's used for many purposes. It's used for when you have injection abscess. When you have an injection, taking an injection and there's an inflammation, you can use it there. When there's a bleeding, you can use it to constrict vessels. Okay, just like a bandage, you can use it to constrict the blood, to avoid bleeding. You can use it to hold the bleeder in place. Okay, so it has advantages. For in as much as it has advantages, it has disadvantages. Excess of everything is bad. As I said, it's very bad. So you do not need to start taking it in excess, because it can damage your tooth. Okay, for those who have iron deficiency, when you start feeling constantly weak, you have inflammations all over the lymph nodes. Okay, you feel fatigued. It's better you check into the hospital, check in with your doctor, than taking this, because as you're taking this, you're not taking anything. It's not giving you any blood. It's not adding any blood, because the iron in the body is meant to produce, it helps in red blood cell production, it helps in movement of blood in the body. So as you're taking this, it's shortening the blood more. Okay, so you are giving you have issues with everything, even digestion, because the stomach is warm. It's supposed to be kept at a particular temperature. So you're supposed to even take warm food. So you take this in place of food. It doesn't give it gives you bloating. So the consequences, the negative effect is more than the positive effect. So if you are a person that constantly consumes this as a habit, not once in a while, as a habit, please stop it and encourage others also to stop it. It is not supposed to be a daily thing, because it has negative side effects, especially on your tooth. You don't want to visit the dentist when it is something you can avoid. So apart from eating sweet things, this also can cause tooth decay. It can cause you dental issues. It can cause cavities. So today, I encourage you today, you can take cold water or warm water, but do not go chewing blocks every time and you have the opportunity to sneak into the fridge and you take block, and it's a constant process, okay, because it leads to so many consequences that you might not like later. So thank you, bye, see you in my next video.